I guess the most important things we need to do to fix the system are really about helping clinicians to learn to be more mindful of what's happening for them, to understand that this process that we're in with the people we're looking after is a mutual process. It's not just me here as the outside technical guy, as the objective observer doing something to you. It's a mutual process we're all in. And that's where self-awareness, self-work, mindfulness comes in. And it's one of the greatest joys that will come out of it if we change this way. Because I find great reward in my work by entering into the pain that I'm in and the other person is in. And it's not something to be afraid of or run away from. You grow through it. Pain is an area of growth. So wherever we experience pain, whether it's physical or emotional, we want to avoid it. That's kind of a human reflex. But of course what we learn through mindfulness practice actually is that emotional pain is different to physical pain. Emotional pain requires attention. That's why when we're sitting with somebody who's experiencing a lot of emotional pain themselves, our reaction is we start feeling some of that. Our first reaction is, right, I want to shut that down. And actually a lot of that is your own desire. And it's like, I don't want that. And so you see that desire in yourself to shut that down because you don't like sitting in this kind of fraught, anxious, difficult position. And what we're learning, and there's lots of psychological research now that shows that experiential avoidance of our own emotions, is what predisposes us to having greater vulnerabilities and kind of deeper and more troubling experiences mentally. So there is a profound shift in understanding that psychological and emotional pain is something for us to pay attention to, not necessarily close away, suppress and try and remove. There's something that we need to look at if you're in emotional pain. So as much as we can, and it may not always be possible, sometimes the distress will be too vast and the risk that comes from it may be too great. But wherever we can, trying to sit with that pain and trying to find ways to go into it. And going into it, we can do in lots of ways. People can find their own ways to go into it. Going into it only means not pushing it away. People can find ways to bring words out from it. People can find ways to just sit and feel it. And all those things can help you grow. They stretch you, which is what thousands of people who have had mental distress and suffering will tell you.